So yeah, we're just going to cut through this.
Yes, the notice that vehicle 1 is an A8 is then on the side of the pavement next to the roundabout in between the A6 to the drive of the first
This is just where they're going on about the crash.
We now went to Andrew Mackey on 24th 1967. Mackey stated that he was arriving on a motorcycle and he was approximately 5 feet away from the house on the west area of the crowd. The officer then took the opportunity to speak to a witness and came out with some further details. On his way to the scene, the officer had already been given information surrounding Mackey's driving documentation. The officer therefore completed relevant international computer checks and through this established that Mackey was not a licensed holder and did not have insurance for the vehicle he was driving. Mackey confirmed that he did not hold a license and did not have sufficient insurance for the vehicle. As such, the vehicle was then seized under the Road Traffic Act. Subsequent enquiries were carried out by PC 2045 Wells, which resulted in PC Wells attending Mr. Mackey's address. Mr. Mackey wouldn't allow the officer into the house. Due to the prevailing weather conditions, the officer invited Mr. Mackey to take a seat in the patrol vehicle.
Right, now, the police are saying due to the weather, he asked me to sit in the vehicle because I wouldn't invite him in the house. Well, actually, I've got video evidence that the weather was absolutely fine. It wasn't raining, it was slightly overcast. So the police are telling a lie there. So he invited me to his vehicle to do the recording, to do the interview.
Because at that point he was aware Mr. Mackey was videoing the proceedings, and as such the in-car footage was activated of PC Wells' conversation.
So the police officer, they're saying that I told him that I was going to record it all.
However, Mr. Mackey refused to answer questions and diverted onto various other subjects. The officer didn't feel prepared to...
The other subjects I was talking about with the police in the car was the right for people of common law to be able to drive a vehicle without being taxed, insured. I mean, the insurance, as far as that's concerned, is if you had an accident you weren't insured under an insurance company, you as an honourable man under common law would be expected to foot the bill, be it compensation for the claimant or the damage of the car, whatever. You know, if you're not riding without insurance, then you must accept liability as a man and pay accordingly anyway. I do believe in that. But I don't believe that you have to have insurance under a company. You know, it's up to you if you don't want to take that. I don't think you should have to. But you should have to pay the bill if you have a crash, obviously. But it's up to you as a person to do that. Alright, let's carry on.
Discuss any situation with regards to the case because he was aware that social media, that third-party details of the other person could be released onto social media. After that, Mr. Mackey was invited to attend appointments at Darlington Police Office to be interviewed on a voluntary basis. Those appointments...
So basically he asked me on a voluntary basis to go to the police station to be interviewed and such like, and I refused to go. I just didn't go. I didn't want to entertain it or enter into a verbal contract with them, so I simply didn't go.
The police in Murphy had already reported Mr. Mackey at the scene of the original collision and didn't feel it necessary to make any further inquiries with Mr. Mackey or to go out and officially report him for a second time. There is an application based by Pancos, Your Worship.
Right, so anyway, so far we've got to, I have asked them for more legal time to get legal advice. They're refusing me all of that. They're just proceeding the case without, as if I'm not even there, but I'm still stood in the courtroom. I don't move from the courtroom. I don't acknowledge that this court case is about me as a person. They haven't tried to remove me from the courtroom. I'm listening to what they're trying to say, but in between that, I'm thinking if they're trying to proceed with the case, then surely I've got the right to ask for legal advice again. So I sit and listen to the prosecution, they say their piece, and then it goes back onto the courtroom again.
Just to reiterate, explained earlier, there was a certificate of service actually under the Matthew's executive various good trials in 757 2014. Satisfied after this, decision plan to be approved.
See, at this moment, I'm just stood there looking dumbfounded, thinking, how can this be? How are they carrying on? I'm stood there right in front of them, and they're carrying on, despite my request.
I asked for leave of the court to write notice to require adjournment to get lawful and legal representation.
No, sir.
Once again, totally ignored. Even though the judge has already dismissed me, because they're carrying on, I feel I've got the right to carry on asking for legal advice. If that's what they're playing at, then I'll carry on ignoring the fact that they're supposed to be
to search for legal
prosecuting
and
me.
lawful representation. I'm Andrew Mackey, and I need legal and lawful representation under common law.
So once again, I'm trying to interrupt the whole proceedings by saying, look, what's going on? How can you do this? I need legal representation, and you're carrying on as if I'm not even here. And he carries on ignoring me.
Sir, surely I've got rights to have legal and lawful representation before proceeding with this case. Surely.
So the judge has just now passed sentence on me for a court case he dismissed 5 minutes earlier. Very interesting. £275 all in all they've charged me, and I've got 7 days to pay that in, which I've got no money anyway.
And 6 points on
And 6 points on my licence.
£270 for the court makes an order that will be within 28 days.
Oh, sorry, 28 days. I've got to pay my fines.
I'm afraid that I'm still standing my request to get lawful and legal aid. This court case, to me, is completely illegal. What you're doing to me right now, you have not, you've not answered my questions. You've not let me take leave so I can give you written notice of what I'm asking you for. No, I'm not refusing to leave the court. I am not standing here trying to not leave the court. I'm trying to find remedy today. And what I've found today, in my book, for people who are supposed to have freedom of speech in this country and rights to have legal representation, have just been taken away from me. All my requests have been ignored, and I'd like you to acknowledge that, please. And I know. Sorry. All my requests have been ignored, and I'd like you to acknowledge that, please. And I know. Sorry.
They simply don't acknowledge my request whatsoever and carry on ignoring once again.
Sir, I'm simply asking questions.
You've got no right to arrest the magistrate.
Now the judge is asking the clerk of the court if I can be arrested for contempt of court for asking for legal representation. Yes.
I told you that several times.
If it's my court case, then surely I do.
The case has not been defended.
So if I'm asking for my rights, I can be done for contempt of court as well. Am I free to leave, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh. Yeah, could I have my... Could I have my... Sorry, are you confiscating my phone now?
So now I'm asking for my phone back. They've asked me to leave the court. I've been dismissed. They haven't arrested me for contempt of court or anything. They just want to seize my phone for evidence.
I'll take that as theft. No, I'm waiting for a receipt. I'm just waiting for a receipt.
You said he issued you a receipt.
Yeah, it's in the back.
outside the court.
Outside the court.
Outside the court.
In the court.
So at this point here, I've been asked to leave the court. I've now left the court. Now, I won't mind some legal advice on whether or not, once I've left the court, that's the end of the story, that's the end of it. Apart from the issue with the phone.
You recording this, right?
Pardon?
I've been recording with the
No, I was just holding the phone.
Right, okay. Look at this.
Pardon?
Can I show them?
No, the court got it. It's been seized. The court's got it.
No, okay.
So at this point here, he's gone up to the chap that was doing the recording and asked him if he was recording, and he said no, the court's got the phone.
Sorry, is it against the law to actually record in court anyway?
Contempt of court, yes.
How is it contempt of court? What section or what law is it?
If you're contempting the magistrates in court, i.e. if they've asked you to stop doing it and you then refuse to do it, well, I haven't done that.
Well, he didn't. He put it away.
So there you go, right? If what the police officer is saying there is that if the judge sees you recording and asks you to put it away and you do, then it's not breaking the law. That's what he says. I'm going to play that again.
Sorry, is it against the law to actually record in court anyway?
Contempt of court, yes.
How is it contempt of court? What section or what law is it?
If you're contempting the magistrates in court, i.e. if they've asked you to stop doing it and you then refuse to do it, well, I haven't done that.
Well, he didn't.
So he didn't refuse to do it at all. He put it away anyway. But yeah.
He put it away.
That's
But
okay.
then they asked him to give him the phone.
We now know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you've...
So he hasn't broken any law, has he? Because he's actually handed it over, hasn't he?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out now.
Yeah.
That's what I was to say.
They asked him to put it away. He did that.
Right. And the phone has now been seized.
Yeah, they asked him to seize the phone because he wouldn't hand it over, even though he put it away. He still seized it.
Actually, what I said is it's not my property to give. Therefore, Andy, I'll give you your property back, which I did.
Okay.
And the court seized it. So
And then the court asked me to hand it over, which I did.
Right, okay.
Okay? Now, he was asked to put the phone away, which he did. The court then decided they wanted to seize it, but you said just then that the courts can ask you to put it away and not to be filmed, and you can do that, so that means he's not breaking the law. He's not breaking the law if he's been asked to put that away.
That's what I'm
And he
trying to
has.
figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
And he has.
Has there been a contempt in the court? That's what I'm trying to
There
figure out.
hasn't.
Right, okay. Super, so where's the phone now?
The phone's in the courthouse. I'm waiting for these guys to give me my phone back or let me receipt.
Can I get your details, mate?
No,
Why?
because I'm not breaking any law.
No, but before I can return the phone to you, I need to make sure the telephone is yours, definitely, definitively, and I'm not going to be returning any property to you until I can confirm identification.
Okay, my name's commonly known as Andy.
Andy?
Yeah.
What's your surname, Andy?
Andy Mackey.
Mackie.
Yeah.
M-A-C-K-I. Did it, Andy?
I don't need to give you that, I'm not breaking.
With respect, I mean, people tell us things that haven't broken law all the time.
Yeah.
And police officers, so I get paid to investigate.
Oh, well, no, I haven't broken the law.
Okay.
Right? The guy himself just said that he had the phone. He passed it over to me and then I handed it over. It's already been established that I haven't broken the law.
I established that.
So you don't need my details, do you?
You're recorded within the court, Andy.
I haven't.
But I don't know that yet, that's what I'm trying to say.
You're still telling me that you haven't.
Well, I don't think it's against the law myself anyway, but look, why are you discussing this with me? Okay?
Because it's your telephone.
All I want is my phone back. What has it got to do with me, with anything to do with somebody else having the phone house in the courtroom?
But it's your telephone, that's what I'm trying to
Yeah, of course it is, because I gave him the telephone to look after.
Okay.
And you're complicating matters by saying what your date of birth, how many times you shit a day, how many times you brush your teeth. Of course you are. I've given my name, my name's Andy, I've just been in court, and I'd like my phone back, please.
I'm not going to give you a phone back yet until I can figure out what's happened. Okay? If the magistrates are making an assumption, and it is an assumption at this stage, that the phone's been used inappropriately,
It's just been explained to you what the situation's been 3
I
times
mean,
now,
and
so I
I've
won't go
explained
through
now.
it again.
I've explained on several occasions. I'm going to investigate what's going on.
And I've just repeated myself 3 times and told you exactly what's just gone on, so why do you keep asking me questions and why do you need my date of birth?
Okay,
And my address and everything else, I'm not
telling
doing
you is,
anything
I'm
wrong.
going to seize your phone, I'm going to keep it until I can make sure that nothing has been recorded.
Right, so far we've got the fact that the guy himself who was recording saying yes, he was recording. So why am I being held at the police station now? I simply either want my phone back or I want a receipt for the phone if they want to keep it. But it's quite obvious at this point that I am not guilty of what they are accusing me of doing. Right. But I will take your mind back to inside the courtroom where the judge was asking the clerk to see if I could be done with contempt of court for talking about me getting legal aid. Let's crack on.
Do you want to give me the evidence?
No, I don't, because it's like, look, that phone,
Do you want to give
it
me
was
the
passed over to me. No, I'd like an incident number though, please.
I haven't got an incident yet.
Well, you're creating one right now, aren't you?
You're telling me that an incident hasn't created. I'll meet you back at my house.
Alright, buddy, easy life.
You're telling me that nothing's happened. So therefore,
So there you go, the chap who was filming has just gone, see you back at my house, and he leaves the building.
there's no incident.
Look mate, I'm not prepared to discuss this no further yet. I just simply want my property back that's just been seized off the courtroom. If you want to have a look at it and see if anything's been happening with it, crack on and give me my phone back please so I can leave.
I will, but
You're wasting my time now.
well, with the greatest respect, I need to wait until the courts finish their deliberations. At that point, I then will progress the matter.
Have you got my phone on you at the moment?
The phone is still in the court, sir.
So, can I get a receipt for that property then, please?
The legal advisor of the court said he will come out and give you a receipt for the phone.
Right, fantastic.
Right, so there you go. At this point, he's gone in, and the judge obviously should be telling him, yes, the man at the back of the court was doing the filming, and we took the phone off him. Yes, it was Andrew Mackeys at the front of the court, but he wasn't doing the filming, is what the judge should be telling the police officers. So the police officers then should be looking for my friend that's now already left the building. Right, from here on in, everything goes quiet. The police go into the courtroom to talk to the judge. Me and my friend stand and make a fag for a while, so I'm going to kind of skip through making the fag and take you on to the harassment by the police. So here you
Go
go.
on, ask, shall we?
I'm just making a cigarette.
Shall we?
Still making a cigarette. 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 Just deciding whether to go outside at the minute.
No, I haven't. You got a lighter? Cheers, buddy. Here's the book you have. Penny know what you are.
Don't wander off, please. Just wait there.
Just get the one of it.
I'm just standing outside having a cigarette. I'm not under arrest or anything, am I? Why I haven't done anything wrong? Dave, you don't have to give any details at all.
So this point here, as I'm walking outside, the police officer walks back through from the courtroom itself and starts to ask my friend who's been just observing from a distance, just watching what's the whole thing. He's actually had nothing to do with it apart from stand by me and roll a cigarette. Apart from that, he was sat away from the chap who was who had the phone in his hand. So I've told him that he doesn't need to do anything or give any details because he's done nothing wrong. He hasn't broken any laws.
You've not done anything wrong, mate.
Now at this point here, I go outside, I light my cigarette, look over my shoulder, and there's a police officer that stood right behind me, breathing down my neck.
Not done anything fucking wrong, man.
No, keep your language down. No, you are sorry, wrong by swearing.
Sorry,
Just keep your language down. Just trying to sort it out.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Shouldn't be swearing, sure.
He spun the camera around to show you how close he was to me.
Why have you followed me outside?
Sorry?
Why have you followed me outside?
I can follow you anywhere I want. Can't I?
You can, yeah?
It's a free country.
Yeah. I'd call it harassment. I've just come outside, and you just followed me outside.
Oh, no, you're
Why have you followed me outside? No, I'm not arguing. I'd rather not talk to you at all. I'd rather not talk to you at all, thank you.
So at this point here, I'm trying to walk away from him, and he's saying, "Oh, you want to cause an argument, do you? You want to cause an argument?" And he's like right next to me, within an inch of my body, following me every step of the way, saying, "Do you want to have an argument then? Do you want to have an argument?"
Now you want to cause an argument with me?
No, I'd rather not.
You let's argue.
Mate, will you stop following this place?
No,
You stop getting in the face.
I'll follow you anywhere I want.
Okay.
Anywhere I want. You should know better than me. This is a free country.
Okay.
Alright? Just because I wear this uniform doesn't mean to say I can't follow people. This is a free country. And I will follow you.
It is a free country, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a free country.
So yeah, it's a free country. It's a free country. Now, at first, I was kind of trying to walk away from the chap, you know, trying to get away. And then all of a sudden, I felt really intimidated and thought, I'm going to turn around and actually face him now, and see what he does. I'm going to look at him in his eyes, and I'm going to face him and see what he actually says then.
You should know better than me. This is a free country.
Okay.
Alright? Just because I wear this uniform doesn't mean to say I can't follow people. This is a free country.
There I am in the reflection, just thought, right, I'll proper look him in the eyes and see if he kind of responds. And he did back down a little bit and sort of turned away, but then his attitude stepped up again.
And I will follow you.
It is a free country, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a free country. So you don't argue? What would you argue about?
I'm not arguing about nothing. I'm just standing there.
So now he's goading me. We finish the argument, he walks away, and then he comes back goading me again. So you want an argument? We've already established that I don't want an argument.
You're all looking for the argument. I'm gonna. You're all looking for the argument.
Your friend's getting arrested.
Why is he getting arrested?
I don't know. But you might follow with me.
Why are you getting arrested, Dave? Hey? Why, what have you done? You haven't done anything apart from sit in court.
You'll get arrested, it's not a fact.
Yeah.
Section 44 of the Criminal Justice Act.
Hold your hands up for me, please.
There you go, Section 41 of the Criminal Justice Act.
I don't
You just
consent to being arrested. I don't know
You
anything
can say or
wrong.
not.
Well, I still don't
Arrested,
consent to
they
it.
can take us court. That's fine.
Where's your colleague go?
He's not a colleague.
Your friend, your associate, is another